And one of the things that I mentioned in the last segment was that we would talk today about what the cover letter essentials are, and then we will move on to the next step in this self-marketing process, which will be the interview. So our goal today is to step back and look at the cover letter, and then to move into the interview phase of today's segment. So very briefly, what you will see on the screen is the 10 essential elements of a cover letter. And I'd like to go over them with you now. The first of them is that you want to use the standard letter format. There are any number of samples available out on the web, and for any of us who took a grammar school, high school, or even English 101 in college, we should know how to construct a basic letter. The other thing about the cover letter is that it should complement your resume style in the overall look, in the font, in the format. I, in reading it, and any other reader should be able to understand that this is coming from the same person, that it's being presented as a coherent and cohesive set of information that I can learn more about you. Another thing about cover letters, I know we don't like to do them. So we sketch one off really quickly, to whom it may concern, yada, 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 very truly yours, I'm waiting to hear from you. That's not going to work in today's job market, or actually in any job market. What you need to be able to do is to tailor your cover letter to the position. One size absolutely does not fit all. And the other thing you want to do is distinguish from an active cover letter and a passive cover letter. The active cover letter is where you would solicit the position or your interest in working for a certain company. The passive cover letter is where the job position posting will say, cover letter should accompany resume. So the approach is a little bit different. One is because they're asking for it, and one is because you're interested in asking for something that might not be standard. Take a personalized, differentiated, yet professional approach to your cover letter. Some of the things we talked about in the last segment were if you have a testimonial from a boss, from a client, from a student, or someone who worked for you, you can open your testimonial with that quote, what speaks better about you than someone speaking well of you? Open with a favorite quote that relates to a position, that relates to the job that you're looking for or the opportunity that you're looking for. And what you're doing by doing things this way is inviting the reader to get to know you just a little bit better. Ask and answer a question in the cover letter. Have you ever? Would you like to? How would you feel if we could drive your sales up at least 10%? Make the connection. I'm writing to you at the suggestion of Laura Corrado, who works with me at X company. Next rule, write from the reader's perspective. You want to talk in your cover letter about what you have to offer someone versus what you expect from someone. So the way that you would do that is to take your clues and your cues from the position requirements in the job. Read what they want, not what you want. Invite them to meet you online if you're comfortable with that. Give them your Twitter access. Give them a link to Facebook or even to LinkedIn. Let them know that you're out there in the technosphere, if you will, embracing social media, and that you're an open book enough that you welcome them into that space. And make sure you keep your cover letter brief, even with all these rules. 3 or 4 paragraphs at the very most. Important to also note, refrain from the overly clever or the overly cutesy. It will get you the attention, but it may not be the attention that you're looking for.